Today we are going to be reviewing my 5-year-old Genshin Impact account. As you can see right under Amber's name, this account was created in February 2021. As of recording this video, my account is just over 5 years old. My time playing Genshin has been very on and off, but let's get into the account review. Starting with achievements, I have 1,169 total achievements, with the majority of them being combat related. I don't really touch TCG or Teapot, so I am missing most of those achievements. But that's pretty much it achievement-wise. Next thing up, let's look at my character list. As you can see, I have pretty much every 4-star character in the game. I also have Aloy, if I can find her. There she is. I have Aloy, I also have Tanari, who I got on his initial banner before he came to standard. I have C5 Dea, C2 Diluc, C3 Kaching, C2 Chi-Chi, as well as the rest of the standard banner cast. As far as skins, I have the Shinha skin, the Yao skin, the Kiara skin, the Kaya skin, as well as pretty much all the other free skins. Time to get into build, starting with my Yoimiya. I won't go too much into detail. I already made a full video about her, but I'll give you a better look at her artifacts. That flower was the best artifact on my entire account. When it comes to Yoimiya, Crimson Witch is only her best in slot on a vaporized team, otherwise Shimenawa will always be better. C0, double crowned. Zhongli, just your typical shoulder Zhongli's on 4-piece Sinesti. Yelan, she's on 4-piece emblem with the R5 sacrificial bow, so she does get 2 uses of her elemental skill, so energy is not really an issue with her. I'm sitting around 170 ER, but pieces are pretty solid. Next we have Ito. Ito was my first ever 5-star character. I got him in patch 2.1. So, first ever 5-star character, first ever limited 5-star character. He's currently not built. Let me get him his weapon, and I think he's still missing an artifact. Yep. Okay, so 81.3 over 219.4. Yeah, so that's my Ito. Next we got my Skirk. My Skirk build is alright. I do have her signature weapon. She's at 53 over 250.8. That would be 68 over 250 with Cryo Resonance. She is ran on a freeze team, as you should run Skirk. Her artifacts are okay. I've been pretty unlucky in her domain. Shinha, just your typical Shinha. Bunch of attack, bunch of ER on R5 Fav Lance. Artifact wise, we are on 4-piece Noblesse. Just attack, attack, attack. C0. I do have her normal attack leveled because when I first pulled Shinha, I did run her as a cryo DPS. Put her with Chongyun, infuse her normals with cryo. It wasn't good, but I liked it. Next we have Eula, my most recent 5-star character. She's sitting at 1700 attack. 69.1 crit rate, 206.6 crit damage. Of course, R1 Serpent Spine, 4-piece Pale Flame, her best in slot. This flower I pulled in 2022. Bunch of decent artifacts, nothing too special. She's obviously still a work in progress. C0, 868. Next we have my Veressa, probably my second highest invested character on this account. She is top 3%, I believe, last time I checked. Top 3%, pushing top 2%. 1800 attack. 91 over 204. 130 ER. Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds, R1. Long Night's Oath. C0. Single Crown. So look at her artifacts. They're all pretty decent. Circlet's very good. This Goblet, it's on set, so I can't really complain. This Timepiece, I like the crit damage on it. It probably needs to get replaced. The double HP isn't very nice. She is C0, as I said before, with the single crown. Might crown her burst eventually, but I am trying to work her up to top 1%. Then I might do a showcase on her. Next, we got my Zhao. He is sitting at 1800 attack, 92.5 over 195.3, 122 ER. He is on the death match for Piece for a Million hereafter, which I'm pretty sure isn't even his best in slot anymore. So, bunch of mediocre pieces. I don't really care for Zhao. I pulled him because I thought he was cool. But that's about it. I don't use him at all. I don't think I'm going to improve him ever. Next, we got Yamiko, my third ever limited 5-star. She's on 60 over 200. On the Oathsworn Eye, this is an event weapon that came out during her release. So that's pretty cool. She's on Thundering Fury. Now, you might be like, why is she on Thundering Fury? When Yamiko released, Thundering Fury was actually her best in slot artifact set. Now it's not even listed as recommended. But when she released, Thundering Fury was her best in slot. And I already farmed up a bunch of cracked Thundering Fury pieces. So why would I farm a whole new set when I already got a good set on her? C0, double crowned. So before I had Yoimiya, I was a Yamiko main. Now Hatham, let me get him on his correct weapon before we do the build overview. But he's sitting at 267 EM. His attack doesn't really matter here. 43.1 over 236.7, 132 ER. Obviously, the ratio looks better with the Harbinger of Dawn passive. Okay, 2-piece Deepwood, 2-piece Gilded. Some pretty solid pieces, nothing too special, but I'm happy with the build. C0, single crown. Mulani, pulled her when Natlan first released, then didn't really touch Natlan afterwards after her release. She's sitting at 62 over 240 on the Witsith 4-piece Obsidian Codex, so that puts her at over 100 crit rate. Solid pieces, C0, 189. Arlecchino, 2k attack, 66.3 over 230. Got her signature weapon R1, of course. 4-piece Fragment of Harmonic Whimsy. This is her best in slot artifact set. The pieces are pretty solid, nothing too amazing. I had farmed her domain a lot, I just never got super lucky. She's C0 and double crowned. Okay, next we got Hu Tao. Level 90, 679, C0. So I pulled her after I got Arlecchino because I just thought she was cool. I never really used her because she's been power cut by Arlecchino. Durin's in an odd spot on my account. Like, his stats look good and all. He has level talents. I even crowned him because he's really cool. I think he's cool. I ran him as a DPS for a little bit. But yeah, he has pretty solid stats. I should probably take him to 90, but I can't afford it right now. But he doesn't have an artifact set of his own is the problem. He was sharing with Yoimiya for quite a while, but I do need to farm him a set. So bye. I pulled her because I thought she was cool. I saw big damage numbers. Then I realized I don't like her playstyle. I felt like she was a clunky character, especially because I don't have Columbina on my account. But she is stronger than Ito, unfortunately. C0, 186, 47.8 over 261.7, a pretty good ratio. I should probably take her to 90. Maybe if I feel like building her again. Sitlali, pretty basic build on Thrilling Tales, 4-piece Cinder City. Some pretty solid artifacts, nothing too special. Just a bunch of EM. C0, 166. Next we got my Flins. My Flins is not invested at all. He's C0. I pulled him, realized I didn't like him. Nilo, or Nilu. 288, I ran her as a vaporized Nilu. Mona, just Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, that's about it. No artifacts or anything worth mentioning. I do have Sino and Jean. Neither of them are built. Just recently got C6 Goro, that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for my builds. Now let's look at exploration. Starting off with Mondstadt. Mondstadt is my least explored region, but it's still pretty explored. Dragonspine is actually my favorite area on the map. I loved all the puzzles there. My Liyue exploration is also pretty solid. Sumru is probably my most explored region, especially the desert. I didn't have an issue with the desert, but I guess other people did. Fontaine was probably the funnest region to explore. Natlan is when I kind of took a break from the game. Exploration is still okay there. Holiday, as you can tell, I didn't really touch that area. I didn't see a point in doing it. Nodcry, I have explored Nodcry a lot. I actually like Nodcry. The compass helps a lot there though. Inazuma is also pretty well explored besides Surumi Island. No Primo Gem, so no reason to go there. At least that's my thought process. And even the smaller areas like Inkanomiya, pretty well explored. And the Chasm, also pretty well explored. Sea of Bygone Eras, explored. Ancient Sacred Mountain, I did the main quests, but I didn't really touch it afterwards, which I think is fine. Now, actually, let's go look at my Abyss. So I have not 36 starred this Abyss cycle. I don't plan on it, because this is very, very lunar reaction based. That would require me building Flynn's and Zabai, so that's not happening. Theater. This theater cycle is also hell. Nothing fun about it. Stygian Onslaught, I'm not paid to win enough to beat Stygian Onslaught. Now let's get into my inventory. Weapons. Got a fair amount of 5-star weapons, probably more than average. Got a couple limited 5 stars, a lot of standard banner 5 stars. Just recently got the Jadewing Spear off standard. Thundering Pulse, of course, that's the big one for Yoimiya. Got the Wit Sith, some Battle Pass weapons, some event weapons. Got a lot of crystals down here, if I can get to them. Yep, I got over 10,000 of the blue crystals. I just don't be leveling weapons, really. Not a lot of artifacts. And then just random Ascension materials. A lot of talent books, a lot of crowns. I should probably crown more characters. Food doesn't really matter. I do have a ton of billets. And just, I don't fish at all. I don't have the Mondstadt gadgets because I didn't do Mondstadt's reputation. Didn't do Natlan's reputation. There's some quest items. And the important stuff like Fragile Resin. We can ignore my Primo Gem and Moro account because I am broke as a joke. The gambling portion. I did summon a lot for Eula. I lost my first 50-50, got Albedo, then got Eula with the guarantee. Then I'm also trying to get Jess with the Mighty Wolf. I lost to Skyward Spine, or whatever the Great Sword is called. But that will be all for my account review. Hope you enjoy.